In 1948, the Afrikaner National Party won the election on a platform of apartheid, a word meaning separateness. What followed was one of the most comprehensive systems of racial oppression ever constructed by a modern government. Laws dictated where you could live, work, go to school, ride a bus, sit on a bench, or fall in love, all based on the color of your skin. On March 21, 1960, thousands of black South Africans gathered peacefully in Sharpeville to protest the hated pass laws. Police opened fire on the unarmed crowd. 69 people were killed. Most were shot in the back. They were running away. The Sharpeville massacre shocked the world and convinced many within the resistance movement that peaceful protest alone would never be enough. Nelson Mandela had been a lawyer, an activist, and now a freedom fighter. In 1964, he stood in the dock at the Rivonia trial, charged with sabotage and conspiracy to overthrow the government. Facing the death penalty, he closed his statement with words that would echo across the world for decades, that he had fought against both white and black domination, and that it was an ideal for which he was prepared to die. Through the 1970s and 1980s, the pressure mounted from all sides. The 1976 Soweto uprising, led by school children protesting Afrikaans language education, produced images that galvanized global outrage. Artists, athletes, governments, and ordinary people around the world demanded sanctions. South Africa became a pariah state. By 1989, the apartheid government was crumbling under the weight of sanctions, internal resistance, and its own moral bankruptcy. President F.W. de Klerk made a historic decision to negotiate. On February 11, 1990, after 27 years in prison, Nelson Mandela walked free. 4 years of intense negotiations followed, and on April 27, 1994, South Africans of every race stood in lines stretching for miles to cast their votes for the first time. It was the birth of the Rainbow Nation. South Africa's freedom was hard-won and long overdue. But liberation from political oppression did not immediately mean liberation from poverty, inequality, or pain. The Rainbow Nation still wrestles with the wounds of its past, yet the story of South Africa is ultimately one of extraordinary human resilience, proof that even the most entrenched systems of injustice can be dismantled when people refuse to give up. The long walk to freedom continues.